Everybody say, say, how can I express my gratitude for all the many things you've done for me? Words are not enough to say thank you. Say, Lord, you are my everything. You're my everything. How can I express my gratitude? How can I express my gratitude for all the many things, you've Father, you done for me, yeah. Words are not enough to say thank you. So Lord, you are, you're my everything. Say, I call you Jireh. You're my provider. I call you Nisi. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. Hey. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. You're my everything. I call you Jireh. You're my provider. I call you Nisi. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. You're my everything. Say, I call you Jireh, say. I call you Jireh. You're my provider. I call you Nisi. You are my battle. I call you Rapha.
A very good morning to you, wherever you are. Midi ohonchia edemao. Adiachi bia na adom ne nti yetenkwam yewa ahoɔden na yɛde adwumadie eba wakwan. Ɛno nso efiada etwa ne ho asan aba na abaedie. Na kyerɛ sɛ dwumadie a every Friday bia yɛda dedicate yɛn ho na yɛtu mpɔn wom. Yɛde ba maakwan mu. Ɛno nso yɛde aba na egyidi sɛ yɛnhyɛ ase a enkodo ewieyɛ no, okyɛfa ɛwɔ mu no onsa bɛka. Ɛtɔ de bia na yɛba ha a ɛyɛ na nkrɔfo egyidi sɛ oh, we de ɔmo abɔ mu tirim na ɔmo abɛkeka bi. Dabi o. Every Thursday, Friday, any Saturday bia BWF Solicitors. Ɔmo tena ase, ɔmo hwɛ nea ɛrekɔ so ɛwɔ immigration nsɛm mu, nea ɛrekɔ so wɔ litigation nsɛm mu, nea ɛrekɔ so wɔ family law mu, nea ɛrekɔ so wɔ abrabɔ mu a ɛfa mmara ho no. Na ɔmo aka sɛ na wotwe cases a yɛnyin ɛdɔɔso moma yɛmba embedicate the public and the community no. No ɔmo ho sɛ ampo bibi say na ɛto a sei ni ɛna wobɛtumi ayɛ na wode twitwa wo ho. Ɛno nti na BWF Solicitors all these 3 solid days ni nyinara ɔmo de education kɛseɛ ɛde baako Thursday ɛwɔ Rainbow so Fridays nso Manye Ten show ɛna BW radio so ɛna nso Saturday the community and the law hɔ ɔmo to ɔmo ho ɛto hɔ na ɔmo mfa saa adesuadeɛ ɛmbrɛ mo. Ɛno nso wabeto yɛn yɛde adesuadeɛ kɛseɛ ɛna ɛba na megye sɛ yɛnwie no sɛ ne etie bia no wodie bɛwom na wo benya wo ho mfaso. Media ne Manye Ten. Megye sɛ baabi biara a wowɔ mede ho nkyia ɛde kyia wo. Join me from now till the end of the program, where I believe very well you'll get whatever you are looking for through the immigration system, family law system, even Ghanaian law, education. Ubenya wodi efiri no. Me twa me ho sisi a meba na meba na yɛde dwumadie no ahyɛ ase.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contested and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Ankra bia abaso bia mema mo nyina che me nua be eba Teleduma Fredamoa Bob Asare Abigail Osei Mensa Michael Ba mo nyina me mama kwa ba edwumedie ne so mesre mo ani die mo nya ba ya abomodia na share program no na obi nso enya ho emfaso ena ye me de se edwumedie aye topic aye da betu do e ba be kan wasem no me de yie isan say dodo na I can believe 90% of people are minim nyina no ewo sa tibia ni mo na tibia say no eye abrabo eka nhihye ho eka obi bese nyankopon nhihye ewo nipedue mu enti no obi biara oba obemo odum prempenso bia eya na opeso to anamo bi ewo aware mu na obi bese se ko amanoni aware a eto de bia na efie de ni omom nso mo de no na embu enhie yie nanso nyoma nkete bia ekire se ose motumi ye ne yie ne engina ewo omomra so eno nti na ne ya fa ye ho se ene topic e ba be kan wa asem no eye mi de yie esan se efa aware ho aware nso de onim se aware ye de na wamfa kwan pa so aware de a ene aware be onyunyu na we na UK omonso makom ho se obe ware de o se ho se ma ware no eye nokura finchim eye nokura trodo enye se biribi nti na wo ware enye se ohu na ne ho ye wo fo se ne mekọ ware no ana so ohu asebio na ne pepe so edinegina so ape o se me se mekọ ware no ana se embia awobre bi a eba ewo krom ha no nti no ja ode mpem a wode nti wo si o ene me nkopa obebi mbeka me ho hye na kye se wo se ma ware ne da bi UK emremo de ompeso muhu nukre a ewom se ampara aware a waware eye adwenimpa ene odoso na maware ntene no ye ba bedi aware mu nsem na nsa na ye ba beka ho asem na nkasa mesa ma mia me lawyer papa bi lawyer Charles Asmah onfa nchia kese onchia ne mo nhwam enchia itia na cheda ama adepa ampa atida adepa achim onfa memetiefo na ahwefo na afidi yefre ho a ye de dwumedi no asodo wa ha lawyer Asmah mpacho mema good morning.
Good morning and I will fantaba na pay the mezi pano na anu ti aka
ma fema
it's all good. Yes, good morning, wonderful viewers and listeners. and then so a kwan ebie ama yɛn sɛ yɛmɛsua adeɛ and that is no topic no sɛ yɛwɔ classroom anka wobɛfa wo note na watwerɛ because a examinable topic ɛdeɛ yɛ too sure nti ɛbɛhia sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛbɛsua yɛate aseɛ yie because ɛkɔma obiara from class 1 to PhD level ɛkɔma obiara na yɛfa akwan a wei so ɛkyia obi biara sɛ nnɛ so mɛyɛ aberɛ ne ɔpɛpa sɛ yɛbɛsua adeɛ abom yɛde nkyɛ kɛse ɛfi BWF Solicitors asɔeɛ ɛbrɛ wo obibi a wɔ biara twipin me twibɛn me na yɛnsua adeɛ.
Yo, la Asmah, men so yedasi ye say. Wouldn't nkyia kese ama itiefo na ahwefo na afedie. Yede dwumedie ne betwas. Na momansa na ebe hya ase na itiefo amutie me. Mr. Munhye program no na nkwechichichichi. Munhye, well, you know, it's like every time when we come here, we plead with you to share the program because we know the benefit. Dodo na betumi enya ewo saa de we ho. Nti wonkwa ufa na wan share. It's like we are obi etimoden. Intimate bomodi share the program. Let it go far. Go on your Facebook page. Go on your WhatsApp pages. You've got more than 10 groups in your WhatsApp. Just click the paste. What do we call it? Yeah. Just copy the link and then paste it. And yeah, 2 seconds. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. You can at least share to more than 200 people. No, na omonso omwenya hu bi ahwe. Intimeda si ye se why ya me Sandra medase o se why ya nyame hraw. Sandra Fraser e was so Tiliduma e was so munyina nyame hra na hima sapom pacho. Munyina mon share program no. Na efie so ne ka ho ne se UK abonten so aye menya. In fact, UK abonten so so many places abutu eja na chese ne ebeka kan say yenye ahwe yie eno anadwo na me nam just around 2 a.m. Maybe utmo said there are bad guys around the area. Baby chese o mo fa ho edidi emwasem. Even though sa protest no mo ye no ye chichichi bi ye try say ye be control mo no. Ebi mo nso nyoma adwen say omo jai na chese timodin nyoma nko an omo ye oba wanhwe wo ye a no mo acho no mo bro and those kind of things no mo me nhwe ye hu ye ba bibia wonam se wo fu se ade be sound tem afaka se unni ska bomode anesi mu ntem na dufie ntem bomode anante ba bia nkrofo wo don't isolate yourself e wo places a oboneyefo bi betumi abetu ehia wa fenso no oti se sa protest for the do area me so ni die mo fa hote because omo say omo esi omo trim po say omo di boni ankasa nti fa ho ete se ne be ya obi emproud ni omo ye ni nyina omo a say ebibifo ni asianfo abeji omo edwuma ni ade edwuma ni bebre se ye ka wasema ene ye law edwuma no ye di nti ne besia na meka se yenya hwe yie baby bia especially those of you mu nam na mo the airports ahyehyehye maso mu no mesram ani die mu yi baako na mo fa maso entie abonten baako because when you have the two ports in your ear na wonte hwe obi ebe proud kra no mo ye de ba wonte nti bomode and then be very, very vigilant and then be very observant. Say, environment or be aware of wherever you are. Just be aware. Say, baby, I'm away. Me safe and sound. And now, and sana watu anamo. It's just a way to Mwamon Fanso. Yo, afedie. Ya be share your program nasi. Madika beka awaremunsem. Lawyer Asmah. Me ba baby sign and topic e de betu dwa no producer mpacho se o de to ha mamia e be me de ye wi a ye be hwe se update bi wo system no mu a nyoma nkitinkiti bi e danda omo ho na emom ye nim senia e kwa akosi enti producer mpacho o de topic ne tumo etu enim mamia e be me de pa na ye bisa ye won se genuine and subsisting relationship in the UK application no me ye fi brofo no maka ya yinkro mu kasa now na chese genuine no ese nokra se wa ware a ana se wo mpana twe a odi ti UK abonten so no eye nokra ana se ejinemu ye Subsisting ni dem se minti no twe ni ejina mu painting na se ba ni se wo ye application bi na obekire home office no kre ma ware ana se me relationship a me wo mu yi ejina mu ankasa e de enioma e na odbe ye nti ene baby salo ya Asmah e de pa na kire se aware ana se relationship a me ni obi wo mu yi eye nokre eden wo be eye nokre na me kwa koye application na home office go am the kan friend say omo ndin bi say nipa osisi amene ne wei ana se me dofo ya menya ni nokre say ye doye ho lawyers ma we de beto ama na me san bisa eden na kire say me relationship no eye nokre
Yo, na me da se bebre etiefo ne ahwefo ende nkomodie no. We are looking at important topic, genuine and subsisting relationship in UK immigration application. We are looking at the critical evidence you need to be able to prove a case. At the end of the day, on the balance of probabilities, you have to prove that your marriage is 1, genuine, and 2, subsisting. Genuine means and you're fake. Subsisting means and you're one day a day a guso a koso. Nti say wo ware ye na mugya ye na wo de baye application your marriage is not subsisting. Na say wan ware ye nso na wo de ba the marriage is not genuine. The question is, how do we prove the genuineness of the marriage, and how do we prove that this relationship is subsisting? So the second one, it says relationship, and the main thing, so it's not just marriage, but relationship, so to speak. Into the main set, a relationship, subset, a marriage, because marriage is also a relationship. So we are going to defining partner, because relationship na no any partner no. It just say when you be a relationship mo na nipa no your partner.
okay
And no na what be fear immigration application. You be share the definition within the immigration rules. They are share policy guidance aban Secretary of State ahyehyɛ aman adwumayɛfoɔ a moyɛ adwuma wɔ visa ho sɛ monhwɛ wɔ so na momfa make decision. The just when follow policy no the decision we make no crowd yet to challenge it then it becomes procedurally wrong because when follow procedure no. See about share but in the evidence no in here nkomodie now quick update no senior enemy no aban safe by 31st of December 2024 obi a okuta card bia no enye ejuma and yentumi renew emma obiem, so there will be no more cards from 31st December 2024. In other words, from the 1st January 2025 there will be no more biometric cards. The question is, what do we do? Aban yourself obi bia okuta card no senia mfoyin edasu yi okuta ne card yi o say sa wo mpɛ sɛ after December ho bɛkyerɛ a ko abɛɛfo computer yi so na fa wo card no a yɛayɛ no a wokɔbɔ wo nsa no ne w'ani kosua no a yɛgye information to hɔ no fa saa information no ɛkɔ link to your passport. Santi utu kwan na wo ba a ɔmo bɔ passport na ɔmo hu sɛ wo bibia wɔ hɔ sɛ ukuta card o nkuta card o, they can track you. And then na yɛfrɛ no e-visa. The next person you crowd no the standard visa and that's a physical visa. Now say no can you still have your visa shown or assessed? Aban say yes, but for passport and the card and link it. The e-visa no aban bie saa ekwan na to saa. We Eunice and that's a EU family member. Who now kuta BRC, that's biometric residence card, and no, you don't have to worry because modia no automatic. Nti aban mo sha ase no mo de EU for no na sha ase. Afi no mo so bia okuta card BRP permit nso no onko ade no so. Afi no actually no mo hu say problem e wo ho between app no mo ye ma EU for no ene app no a omo say won a mo ye EU for no so use no ti na ekoba ni say kofo bebre petition aban so omo ye nhwehwemu na omo resolve problem no eni just some e ho ni say problem no ya resolve nti wo ko online a utumi e check e type e-visa obeka just say create an account you follow the process BWF you to your wife say wo buy ya so ye nkotin dia na say ye eboa wo no ye be ye aboa wo enti but enye ade a ye den wa nkasa nso betumi aye e wo bebi a obia wotumi so apɛ lawyer e ma na aboa wo anase obi a wotumi ready e kan na ɔte ne a ɔmo ahyehye no ase no so betumi eboa wo e ma ne yeye nti eni just some kase ne say wo Ghana passport no first na Ghana passport ni some other African passport no we use na enye yie we use enye yie but yami adom omo resolve problem no ema ende so we use utumi link o passport no to visa no card no na bibia ye kama nti say o card ayire o say ewu o say ne utu kwan a udu airport a omo date of birth a na bibia yi aba utumi de ye bibia then warning to omo indefinite leave to remain e wo passport mu aye friend no visa stamp no so wo de no still a won convert into card na so won ye wadin so wo ye naturalization so dia and e bo modern so kwakoye card no aye friend no time limit card no so that you can do the e-visa yes sir untumi ye e-visa no e mani ye because you need a card and a passport to link the two.
Asma, nti eno sa na wacheche mo no. Thank you very much for that update no. Eno sa na wacheche mo no. Se obi yiyu for especially na waka so mo de no e wo system no dada. Mbia na obi o ware yiyu ni maybe be almost 15 years ago. Eno ma divorce or divorcing so divorce be 9 years ago. Ono still no to me because of Ghana passport no san wo card no. Ono ne de no de wo mu dada anasa o se ono nso ye bibisa.
Nti wo question obi sa ne say sa nimpa wo you card dada
Say or Jawari no kita BRP no say BRC one of them cars.
that's the EU card I mean.
Oh, okay.
So you person me simplify idea no.
Exactly.
Okay. For any atwa chi ase. EU card and only ye EU for there no. Nti wo kobo wo nsa no sa wo de kwaje o 5 years no ye ma wo card a. Now we your application as a EU family member under appendix EU. So reference say so wo de ukuta pre-settled status 5 years and that's ukuta settled status card you don't have to worry.
Settled status. Okay.
So when you know a year 5 years pre-settled, and I said settled status and the UUR and the ABRP.
Okay.
Student, skilled workers, 2.5 people. And all that. ABRP.
Okay.
So for no, and I say migrate and link to your passport.
Wow, yati ase. Na last one answer yako ene de no so no. Obi nso ne yiyu ne omo divorce kra nsa na brexit ba omo divorce be nto no kita indefinite. Nto no sa na wo kan se kita stamp no ewo ne passport ne mu a onika no so okokoye sa no time limit card ne bi. Eno no obekọ government.uk site ne so na wako type no time limit card na why application and na so ko lawyer no yes ade no
Yo nenti a nyame bo lawyers ne say omo akwadare ewo mremu ekodum pempensu bi santi senya mraniti bia no omo ti ase e de boa afoforo nti sa usu betumi ati mranase e de aboa wo ho de a then you don't need a lawyer. Na make an nyina say so betumi your application to get a card transferring your visa stamp in your passport indefinite to a card there you don't need a lawyer. But so won ti ase na obehia mo de a and the open lawyer na otumi ayɛ ama wo na mistake bi enkoba na afi de eka no a wobɛbɔ wo ekyire no enkoye bebree na wobɛyɛ ne sɛ wokɔ online a wobɛtype sɛ na wokae no no time limit application ebeyi aba nyoma bebree baba nti wo na wobɛread no wehu nia wo hia na wa start sɛ woyɛ wo application wo the proof bɛkɔ ɛne anyoma a ɛkeka ho na wakɔbɔ wo nsa no na ɔmayɛ card no bi ama wo ba ɔmoyɛ ma wo a deadline no and its expiry date no be 31st December 2024 because that's the cut-off for all the cards.
Okay.
Until we know there be October, no what me aye visa no. Now they are linked because that for me no, it doesn't matter so me EU or me whatever. All time for no o me indefinite na dey bo almost passport mu no. Sa for no bebre ennim say nka 2015 na say nko mo ye kwaje card. Sa for no bebre na omunim no 2020 by 31st December or from 1st January 2025 no you have no option. You'll be forced to either do naturalization or do whatever the government will decide, because if the government can say 1st January there will be no more card now after na wada sorry 1st January and apart 2025 na say card yen be mu a then I will be. You may have to go and do naturalization so that you go for your British citizenship.
Yeah, yeah, bon with the words. One young mammy answer that me question can maybe say, yeah, bon with the word, dear. You did said do na Betsy. Now only me say, I said, Asmah, I said, Tama, Brexit neighbor now. You can't say do na any application by 2020. No, yeah, bon in fact. I remember we dedicated almost all our time telling people to do this thing. Now so eto de bia enye bebia na ebimo etumeto bi wo ha bebia ote no ontie hwe ono de edwuma empa onim ne ekọ. Yes, there will be some people at the end of 31st no still amonte ho enti eba ne so omonte hwe na 1st January 2025 na bana yesi sisi ayenimu system no mo untumi apply for card na che say bejina wo status okita say ye pre status na ukoji indefinite na say wenya settle status na ukwaji ye kan say British citizen na say ndu ho say wo beji a ene unam he Asmah hono obeye ni den because meaning dodo na ebedu okro be ka say until say ye bibi sa in as much as ye bohu de ro say there are still people about when it comes to education the system mun say omonti ekira ye wie kras obi wo ho a me to make us say sa grace period ye up to June say you for no still omonye application obi just last week onim say obi bisa so te himfa e wo kromu ha or yes so comfort e wo ni zo mo te say papa ya over 50 years o say then o afi na o apply for British citizen you can say onye citizen ti say ya man 2.5 ye nyina ye te sa story no watena kromu almost 50 years nso onye British citizen onim say ono te ha na wo na edwuma o kọ bibia no o damufia sa ene ebedu sa 2025 no na ebimu omunim se asemi sei koso enti eba ni sa lawyer when ya ma me answer no se enya British citizen no be apply or say no call apply for indefinite no na oni card na no be fa aha ye BWF Solicitors legal hour so na ye we ene ye discuss genuine and subsisting relationship in the UK application, immigration application. Now, Yebisa said the critical evidence needed to prove your case. Lawyer Eddie Kain kakra about genuine, partner, in relationship. Obi our relationship, and I just say, you are in only obi and our relationship. And one so na kase only obi your partner in the relationship. Enti lawyer say wa define and as wa church mo say wo partner na oni ne wo relationship mo nti say oye bema so oye ba vice versa no relationship ene no ne e kan wa say bani say sa relationship na wo partner na oni ne tie no mo pe say mo de komre mu ana mo ware ana se ma ware enti mo pese ye hu se relationship na mo wo mu no eye no kre na afen so ete ho ewo ho enye se so etwa eye no kre one na afen so mo da so ewo ho eno so ye second one eno na ye ka ho asem di sa afen no abeto yen. This is what we are discussing so far. Na ye behwe the critical evidence uni uhia say oh yes such application would be proven home office for say no kre say ayaware o say me partner me ne ti o say me mpra na me ne ti o eye no kre say yeti e na afen so ye no kre say ye da so e wo ho eno na ene ye cheche muntule a mesa atonsa ade afra obiom evidence na ye ka no ebe ni nsan na ebe kire no ebe ni ne wo he wudi kaka na edi kan se eye nokre enti se ye nokre na eda so te ho a home office de omo nti ye mfie e na se mene nipa do kra nti fie so ye te a home office be de hu se ye te enso ye nti fie ana ye te fie na ye te. Some of these things no bibi na o se ye de kire home office for no mo nti ase se nokre sa nkrofo yi omote faako ana mpo so omonte faako krampo a still a omo ya warefo ana so omo ye mpena twefo me ka mpena twe a ye nyina ni home office oni obi twe mpena moti over 2 years amogitum ana lawyer ebia na me ka ne nkwan chen you ba me gidi say you agree with me enti me sanfre to sanfre obio na ye hu eya na ye ka mpena twe a dodo na nim se o ja obi abesra na okona wa afi na no okọ kekede bi ye wo mpretwe mo odi anka se no na me ka ho asem oni nipa neti mo nkoye aware ho nsem bia na so matena che obi enim se nkrofo mo kwi omo ye partners and no be asem na me can tell I want to throw more light on what I've just said and then we take it from there. Wadaroma.
Sure. Yes. Thank you. Now, it's here for now for you're kind of practical. You're kind of practical and the kind you define partner. Now you call the policy guidance near share relationship criteria no. So you share UK immigration rules your baby I no general provisions and I say GEN. You share Gen 1.2 no or chere say obi your partner sa nimpa no other say or your worry for spouse. This way your application baby says what is your relationship? No way choose baako spouse civil partner no more or less no matter register more partnership no until it's normally within the UK under the Civil Partnership Act until we are spouse and that's we are civil partner and now so we are unmarried partner. So producer, if we take me back, we'll come back to this place later. So either you are a spouse, either you are a civil partner, you are a fiancé or fiancée. It is say why engagement and I say we engaging in panel. Say you would buy your customer you say we si nipa no esiwa so we be ware no. Nti wo de wano ato no so. Enti fiancé and so say we are unmarried partner. Ehwo no your kasa spouse aware nti wo kuta marriage certificate. Civil partner wa formalize a UK wo kuta civil partnership certificate. Say fiancé unya fiancé certificate na mom wo bibi a che say nipa no mo ba ware na unmarried partner no or my bia unmarried partner wo call Ghana say unmarried partner then no married partner nkrofo bebre awo but omo ware ye enti sometimes omo ware wie omo wu wie aso omo aware sometimes no omo ware ansa omo awo ebi mu de omo wo omo tena kosi se owuo betiti omo ntem aware de enka omo adwen ho. Question is say does it really matter say you aware and then say you aware? The fact say what you say aware for no is enough to say ma worry. But in terms of brony evidence or the better no your mama marriage certificate it's normally you can say unmarried partner. It's unmarried partner and we share Gen 1.2 now I say unmarried partner and being in a relationship, that unmarried partnership relationship for at least 2 years. In those days, I say living together for 2 years. And living together in a few, no say relationship for 2 years. Mrano ya sesano. Until you John 1.2 no, you say about paragraph 6.2 within the immigration rules no. Until say a partner is someone who is a spouse, who is a fiancé, who is a civil partner, who is an unmarried partner, an unmarried partner who has been in that relationship for 2 years, and the relationship is akin to marriage. When we say akin is an English word which means same as or similar to or just like. If you are an unmarried partner, now who you are doing say or there, then we see you as a partner completely. So those are the parameters. Now, young call the immigration rules, appendix relationship. Sa ade we na case worker ebe hwe to we ni marking scheme no. And the appendix relationship no or chere nia eye acceptable and then nia enye acceptable. Because I am not satisfied and so your relationship and therefore I refuse your application. So see the appendix set out the requirement for an application based on a relationship with a partner. And we have already defined partner under John 1.2 and redefined it under 6.2 of the immigration rules. And it says spouse, civil partner, and married partner, and those people have been in a relationship where the case worker no use durable. Durable means ahoɔden wom, anaasɛ ɛte apɔ, anaasɛ ɛte sɛ obi a waware. Durable relationship of at least 2 years. You can see say qualification no first for cohabitation no any ho. Or see it just shows say mwatwempena for 2 years. So when you awarefoɔ there, you don't have to show. You only show your marriage certificate. When you civil partners you only show your civil partnership certificate. But if you spouse, civil partner, or unmarried partner in a durable relationship of at least 2 years. The 2 years is for unmarried partners. To be as a lawyer, you're worried, no mum yatsna boom for 2 years. You bet me na mranese you bet me. But question is say, so munti boom because mranese you don't have to be living together, but just have to be in a relationship. So how do you show say you've been in a relationship without living together? That is the technicality and that is the crux of this conversation. Enti producer, so all this you can apply on the basis of your durable relationship to that person. Down. Now, age requirements. So we are looking at one, the relationship is genuine. One of the things about my relationship na genuine is say both of you, and I say more partners no qualify to be in that partnership or relationship. Say warrior, say mpenatwi, say fiancé, the more or less more mpena worry. And civil partners more register more civil partnership no. Or say the applicant and their partner must be 18 years or over. In this 18 it cannot be genuine or valid, so to speak, because we are kwala. This is not for children, for adults 18 years and above. So that's the first requirement. Until we age, will determine. The age will be from the passport. Then we go to the second phase or the second leg. Requirement that the partners must not be closely related. Until we application, baby, so say, is your partner closely related to you? Sometimes when I'm completing application, let me read the question where you are. Someone will say, hey, now why not because say they are related? Unless we name your here. And that's a one question I say. Therefore, every partner is a stranger or a friend whom they have come together or they have literally accepted to be going along or working together. So family members are not. It is a would you know a family member no can say yes, then what confirm me say waware no and you're valid, and it's a relationship no and you're valid. Into mama no and so that is the paragraph RWP 2.1. The other one is RWP 1.1. Now the next one is requirement for previous relationship which has broken down permanently. And the baby so say, have you been in a previous relationship? If you are waging will be so and krata, and I say wukunu, and I say wayere, and I say wumpena, that dabi, ajiwatinum. And now move on to the next level. Now yeah, another application to transfer. And I say continue, be about you refuse to obey for. If you so say, why worry pain? Emma wage aware, Obeka say ane. Obi more or more aware pain. But this one, they've been in a relationship, but that relationship is broken down, a married relationship or partnership, which is broken down. So you have to clarify, and that is under paragraph RWP 3.1. Any previous marriage, civil partnership, or durable relationship must have been broken down. And therefore, so when you prove it is broken down, how do you prove it break it down? So your warrior marital marriage certificate, a civil partnership a warrior divorce certificate to cancel the marriage. Say a civil partnership will use dissolution of civil partnership certificate or the account to prove say a good permanently. Now we move on. What about we are unmarried partners? And we need marriage certificate, and I said we then I would be proven. Well, now would be proven will be anything to show say we need a hobby because there's nothing to show say this is their unmarried partnership, unless a 2 years relationship. Now we jai and penetrate. Now what confirm and penalty for now would you so your application. How do you prove this about AGI? So that one you just have to explain the circumstance because there's no particular documentary evidence from a recognized authority to show say this is confirmation that your durable partnership has ended. There's nothing like that. So it's a story you have to put out to clarify the situation, that you are moving on to the next one. So we move on to the next one. Producer, please scroll down for me. Requirement that any marriage or civil partnership is valid. You see? So we're talking about validity of the marriage or the civil partnership. So we shall have one cancer and married partnership or durable relationship. Or say marriage or civil partnership. Because marriage and civil partnership register unya certificate, durable partnership or relationship, you don't have, as I said, documentary evidence. So it is your life and the evidence you provide. It is marriage, and that's a civil partnership, and you're valid. How do you prove it? Into I say where the applicant and their partner are married or in a civil partnership, that marriage or civil partnership must be recognized by law in the country in which it took place. In the UK, aban recognize a warrior country bia ahyehyɛ ama no nkrɔfo a country no adutum. Nti ukọ Ghana under the Marriage Act or Customary Marriages Act or the ordinance provisions of war for Ghana and Mano under the 1984-1985 Act or the subsequent ones, whichever it is, or say this marriage is accepted in Ghana. UK says if it's accepted in Ghana, it will be accepted in the UK. We'll be framing and saying, say, or yeah, application based on the relationship with the partner. Omo for 2 years, omo entrim for 2 years. Intine ebe here say omo confirm say omo aware. Akwa aware there, it can be even 1 day. Of course, commonsensically, it will be just too early to put in. So you give yourself time. But or say someone warrior provide the marriage certificate. Inti nipa no or Nigerian. So friend America say we have to assess the Nigerian law to see whether it accepts traditional marriages as well as the modern marriages or the ordinance marriages and how it works out. Because the UK law says, if it is accepted in Nigeria, it will be accepted in the UK. Whether you were there or not, if it is accepted there, it will be accepted in the UK. So I told them to confirm, whilst I'm also verifying the Nigerian law to confirm that yes, this can be done, then we proceed with the application. So, na maka no nyinaa no ekwesi so say you're valid there, UK budget to say you're valid. So how do you prove say you're valid? There's a marriage certificate, mine over confirm me say this is how it is done and everything you need is covered. One, if it is under ordinance or the wedding type, there is a certificate for it. If it is under traditional or customary approach, there is a certificate for it. If it is traditional or customary, for example, in Ghana, you have to show that the marriage has taken place at home per the arrangement of the family within the Ghanaian customary law provisions. And other countries are almost customary laws. Two, within the Ghana aspect, context, what they are called abemu, register amamu. Under Section 2, Section 3 of the Marriages Act 1984, 1985, now can say, so warrior, which me equal register anytime I will pay biya, so pay. So the time I will be to say, now I need confirmation from the government, say my worry, ewo amamre emre muno. Sadano, ubeko akwaji certificate, ube apply. The certificate in Mawa, that is evidence of the marriage. It taking place some time ago. No? The date must never be the same because registration is optional and you're compulsory. So if it is not compulsory, I chose not to register it on the day of my marriage. So you can't tell me say, I don't know, worry and then let me register no the following week. It is not your business. Ghana law accepts that, and UK law also says that if it's accepted in Ghana, it is accepted in the UK. If it's accepted in Jamaica, it's accepted in the UK. If it's accepted in any jurisdiction, it's accepted in the UK. So you have to check your country to see what is the marriage law. Now we are using the Ghana context. From there, because you married at home, you have to let ebusuafo na omuji aware no esi ho mudi adanse fa ho no mienu baako for you, baako for your partner, ebeko court. Now ma swear e declare say ampa me osimesi me gina mu ma obintin. Adwa mansan so egina mu ma ya meenu. Ebusua mpanimfo a omu gina mu no. Omo de nsasan ahye na ye fa no statutory declaration. Once it is statutorily declared, so be it. It is evidential. Then because you are using it to prove something abroad or for whatever means, you go to the foreign ministry within the country for them to confirm that the necessary provisions have been followed and the signature is one that is recognized. Whoever signed the necessary document or the certificate, they will also confirm. So the ministry will give you a letter nicely. Then because you went to court for declaration and all that, you go to the judicial service department in your country for them to also give you a letter to confirm that the customary marriage has now been formalized, and so it is the process completed. Once you have 1, certificate, 2, statutory declaration, 3, letter from Ministry of Foreign Affairs, 4, letter from the court service or the judicial service, you are done. This is the Ghana context. Please check with your country to see what is required within the context of the marriages laws now. What's our country So, is the marriage valid? Yes, it is valid because the processes have been followed according to the laws of the country. Will you contest it? No. If you contest it, will you fail? Yes. Why will you fail? Because the country now, accept it, all these documents, see a year. Now, also say, so almost say a year there, means a year mommy. So why are you now turning around to say it's not valid? Prove it if you have something else. So sometimes they will go and verify, say you no credit, and I say you no credit. So I'm call now I'm finding out to say you no credit there. Then their presumption say you no credit is being confirmed. Then they will say the marriage is a sham. You may share a honor and so validity. Producer, take me to the next level. No, back to the next level. Because some people may be going to the website to see what is there. So we go through. So the next one is genuine and subsisting relationship. So genuine and subsisting, what is the context of today's conversation? We will be summarizing this at the end of this at the end of the exposition. So please, if you can't follow the language at the moment, we'll summarize it for you. But we'll do our best to to integrate the English language as we progress. So applicant and their partner must have met in person. Crucial. Somebody will say, we met on Facebook. Somebody will say, my uncle introduced her to me and we spoke on the phone. Now, there's no evidence where to find Ako baby or Bano one. There's no evidence to say Obano to find Abba baby or one. That means physically you haven't met. You may say, but we met through a video call. Is that a meeting? It says meeting in person, physical meeting. So video cannot be accepted to be a physical meeting. That is remote meeting. So that is not acceptable. So you have to have face-to-face meeting. If you can't prove it, more face-to-face meeting, you are going to be down for under paragraph RWP 6.1. So how do you prove it? A picture to show, say, Mushia that way. But the picture doesn't have a date. So you can even just put a date there. That a picture of partner, applicant and the partner, or applicant and the spouse at this place when they first met. That is your story. If they say no, dear, before French say, and yes, sir. Then you move on to the next one. The relationship between the applicant and their partner must have been genuine and subsisting. You see, that is the main thing. All the ones we have spoken about or talked about up to 6.1 is easy. Meeting in person, valid relationship, is easy. But how do you prove that this relationship is subsisting? It continues to exist. What is the sociological context? The sociological context is say, obi to me worry and na adiachi na waru negu. Is this subsisting? No. Is that marriage genuine? Yes. Omunje awari. They are separated. Obi ati ni baby, obi abon the bra. They don't even talk. So it's not subsisting. And it's not going anymore. So the subsisting test is very important. It's also possible, say, Oma warrior could do some point to be. And I said they've been in a relationship up to a point. Now I hate it, baby, break wall. Now ejai say omobachi empona and I say awarano a new hobby separation akoba. Separation akoba there, even though you are not divorced, there's no subsisting relationship anymore. We'll come to the proof, which is the conversation. Polygamous relationship is not accepted. So nobody has ever come to a lawyer or to us to say, oh, my worry me, my yama back, nobody. So we've all accepted, say, polygamous relationship, it's not part of this conversation. There could be some exceptions when you go when we go to the religious context. For example, the Islamic context, in other context, because the religion or the belief accept that even that they have a cutoff, you can't go more than necessary. Even if you can do 2, you can't go more than certain limit. But for the general conversation, we are not moving to polygamous relationship. Right. So it's up to 6.2. Producer, now let's look at the Bible or the Quran, which has been laid before the caseworker. So this is the Bible or Quran for the caseworker. This is called relationship with a partner. Assessing the relationship with a partner based on the immigration rules upon this relationship. Version 6. Scroll down. When was this published, please? 5th of July 2024. Fresh. Because we are just within a month. Now, scroll down. So, it talks about all the necessary things. Summary of relationship requirement. Please go there. 9. Summary of relationship requirement. Summary of relationship requirements. So, 1. Both partners are aged 18. What do we need? Passport confirming the age or date of birth. Marriage is valid or civil partnership is valid. What do we need? The necessary document from the country where the marriage took place. Partners must not have been closely related. What do you need? Your word. If you say you are closely related, that will bind. If you say you are not closely related, so be it. So it is your word, which is the evidence. Any previous relationship might have been broken down. What do you need? Divorce certificate or dissolution certificate. Or your word. If it is unmarried partnership, that is no longer subsisting. Partners must not have been in a polygamous relationship. How do you prove it? It's your word. They will ask you, are you married to somebody else? When they ask you that question, they are not talking about previous. They are talking about now. So if your word says yes, then that will be a polygamous relationship, which will be no. But unless yours fit within the exceptions, you may be considered. Today we are not talking about the exceptions. So you can go and find out the exceptions to the polygamous relationship exception. Ubenya information. Where partners are unmarried and not in a partnership, they must have been living together. They must have been in a relationship, not living together. In a relationship akin to marriage. Now, we have underlined the word akin to marriage or the phrase akin to marriage. Yahweh will say similar to marriage. The previous provision, it says akin. It's the same thing. Similar to marriage. How do marriage or married people, how do married people behave or live their lives? That is how you will relate to and put the context to this. So we'll be breaking it down once we've covered this in a jiffy. The partners must have met in person. So how do you prove that? So when you to UK there, meeting in person is easy. The same address, you might have lived together and you went your separate ways to continue your lives, but your relationship is still ongoing. That means you have met in person. Or they will ask you, where did you meet? We met at this market, this shopping center, this place, that place, at the cinema. You met in person. But sabako outside, abroad, not bako UK there, you have to show, sir, at a particular point in time, you met indeed by either you traveling there for holidays or the person might have visited the UK and met you and went back. Otherwise, you cannot prove met in person. The relationship must be genuine and subsisting. Right. So the genuineness test, and I ever go through. I'll leave this with the host if there are a bit of questions to be asked. Then we'll move on to the specific critical evidence needed.
Yo, la Asmah, wacheche mu nyinaa ma yate ase emre no so elko na baby a o ka o se me kweche kakra baby na o kire mu say you have to meet in person. You have to meet in person, no. Nti say ye hwe evidence ne nyinaa na kire say mu nhia in person na ebetumi money in valid application no yate ase na meeting in person no na ye na no be popping with the question say ampa ono ni nipa no opeso ware no, but we're meeting in person so many years ago when he was in a different relationship. And he said okogana bia sa me fan say by then or your girlfriend and no na omutwitwa okọ Ghana we be say okutwa ne ho kakra na omuni na twa photos ne ade into photos like that na ache emre etwam ama ansa na all go through the divorce wa divorce bibia fe na okwa ware sa na mpene into obisa say sa time omutwitwa photos no wo hwe omu current situation na emre etwam kakra nti the pictures and their current state, you could see a very, very vast difference in these photographic evidence of Mukitano. Into Obisa say, is it still possible to use those and as any traveling documentation? Say he's been going back those days or caught Ghana no obetumi use as part of evidence that say we meeting in Pakuna in person and even though emrebebre abetwem into no bisana so let me just put this across but to me yes just like obi ni Pakuno eyewo nkwala mo relationship and na wa bet na abroach nti nkwala mo kakra no me nka nkwala but I mean during the time amutumi empna twen mo nsem no mo photos evidence bi obi kura school pictures bi a say acheye na sisi ano waba na opese oware no nso no onkoye eno asa onim ni dada enti no opese use so a ne nyina etumi possible say omeji atum with those photo evidence na ma na yi ana mpacho.
Yo na me that's bebre. Let me give you a context. So yes, I need power in application.
Yes.
As I so prove you say met in person.
Yes.
Until you be prove within the application.
Okay.
That is where cover letter is important. And you're compulsory, but important. Sometimes I will your application, I will do maybe I say additional information. Do you have anything to say? 500 words. You can use that space to say things to make it clearer where it's not obvious. So example, the applicant and the partner grew up at Achimota in Accra, Ghana. They lived and they were friends. So as childhood friends, they knew each other. They attended the same university or they went to university, blah, whatever.
Correct.
At this particular, or on, let's say in 2001, the sponsor traveled to the UK.
That's correct.
When he arrived in the UK, due to communication challenges, they lost contact.
Okay.
They never heard from each other until 2019.
All right.
When they found each other on Facebook.
Okay.
They were so happy to meet each other again. They quickly confirmed that if it was the person they knew. Based on that, they exchanged telephone numbers. They started communicating.
Okay.
Their friendship rejuvenated or renewed. And it became even much better than before. They started a relationship. Talking, doing blah, blah, blah. And they decided to get married.
Sir.
In 2021, per the permission of their family, they married under Ghanaian customary law.
Okay.
After that, they registered their marriage at Accra Metropolitan Assembly and had their marriage confirmed by the Judicial Service, the court with statutory declaration, and all the corroborative evidence are now attached.
Okay. Okay.
Full stop. Consider the application with favorable discretion.
Right.
Have we proven that they met in person?
Yes, because they've met before, so they've met in person.
So that is why we say that there's law, there's
Okay.
context, and there's
Mm.
common sense. And yen nyina na the fact say we ready and I say we tie we radio so no. We say
Uh-huh.
why will try. We pim na we dey say yen appeal and I say yen san yen no foforo. So save yourself stress. Come at the first realization.
Right. Yo, it makes a lot of sense here. Ain't you know, so I meet in person validation, and no na lawyer actually mono because no I worry say the more frasimo sweetheart na we lose contact. I mean for contact for the past 20-25 years, And I feel na what until the second one that I had I've got and only said say yen so yen kromo Ghana contest, yɛtumi ebusua na ebusua ahyia na yɛaware ɛno na yɛbɛtumi aka sɛ osimasi mebe bi wɔ aburokyire na mpɛ sɛ ɔbɛware ube yi de ma me de ma wo yɛn yɛgye tom sɛ ɔbɛrima no kora nsi fam a yɛtumi ware kɔma ayɛ sɛ indiafoɔ yi bi ɔmo te baabi bɛhu a na yɛsɛ yɛayɛ ɔbaa ho adeɛ na yɛde akɔma no ɛno saa meeting in person no ɛntumi mbe mu basa ebusua mmienu no aba na mpa ya ɔmo ayɛ saa efi awarie ɔmo mmienu ahyia efi awarie na n'asɛ sɛ baako wɔ fie na baako wɔ kurom ha ɔnkɔ fie nkɔhyia no na mmom ebusuafoɔ mmienu no ahyia ayɛ aware no kamakama ana ɔmo follow the three other aspects no ɔmo de akɔ yɛka ne sɛn judicial department are confirmed with the letter for more their call foreign ministry so approve with the confirmation letter no na ebusuafoɔ nso mmienu bi mfoni ɛka ho sɛ asem ebusua ɔbɛrima ebusua na ɔbaa ebusua behyia a ebusua ɛyɛ aware a na ɔhɔ no ɔmo meeting person but they've met all the other criteria ɛno nso no to me because yɛn to me gye tum yɛn Ghana law no yɛgye tum so ɔmo nhyia in person koraa ebusua no di ho adanseɛ ma ɔmo ware mehu bi pɛn ɛno nso a ɔmo bɛka sɛ ɔmo betumi UK betumi agye atum anaasɛ ɔmo ngye ntum patwɔ.
Yo aware no
Mhm.
na you can say yɛgye aware tum.
Mhm.
But to be able to make an application, you have to show some Mwangasano you have met in person.
Mhm.
There are two things here.
Okay.
In the UK, immigration rule, I can say no connection. Why compare or ban? And I say bear man.
Mm.
No who say open. And so
Okay.
what go ahead.
I see. Lawyer, yɛbɛkɔ yɛnim na yɛkɔ yɛnim no nso mɛma ho kwan na dodoɔ no aba no yɛbɛbie because mmerɛ no nso kɔ a na ɛkɔ mɛbie telephone lines no nso de atom na sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a wowɔ question bi ɛtumi fa adekode a yɛsua ho anaasɛ bi a na ɛnhyɛ da ɛmfa ho a still a akwanya wɔ hɔ a wobɛtumi afrɛ na wotumi ebisa wo question na mehu sɛ me nua atokɔ amena despite Hagan aka sɛ o ɔde nkyia kɛseɛ ɛma ne mobile lawyer baako pɛ ɛyɛ lawyer Charles Asmah ɛna Aunty Manye me nso megye wo so meda ase saa nso na yɛnua bɛrima baako nso no say one of the finest astute lawyers or have come across saw hire lawyer Asmah thanks GFK nyame nhyira wo David Amankwa when you went through one shana masiu na ye legal as in some ewa hase. Enti sa me koso se bomodi share the program Sandra nyame nhyira for the information that you've provided on board. Senior beya hwehwe BWF Solicitors e kira kwan a obehu ne tem. Just pick up the phone, call and book an appointment. You can get a telephone appointment, you can get a video appointment, you can get face-to-face appointment. It doesn't really matter where you live in the UK. Just call them, make an appointment with them, and they will deal with you. Wasam no ebeye the amount. Yeah, that's why the telephone numbers you can use to call 0208 123 1016 and I say 073 9920 8468. Over to me after these numbers, yɛbɛgye so anampo baby a wowɔ no wontumi nya ho ɛne yɛbɔ mmɔden ana gya voice note ɛwɔ 075 966 20154 Since some ye don't come on TBB as super so here, you can still give us a call and we'll answer na our question and so bra. Yenya order for ewo ahoma no so pacho o free na o my ente wonka.
Hello.
Amen.
So free baby. May call my subsistence word nine and yet I want you to be now.
No problem.
BWF Solicitors, that's all. When you're not when you pass it, she said, me will be a person PAP like sponsor will be a opportunity that that's all.
Pacho entwemu eda so ewo ho nti ubuki appointment now from so oni either senior partner any of the lawyers ni bia no utre wasemu a omoda so I know say senior partner Uncle Ben or that so even ebwa was you can say sa akonya no nti no still are they on it actually they are on it why yo so I shall program media.
My ceremony for 357.
Nyamensha. Umre mo kra trese minimo. Nyamensha. Yebesa kasa. Yo, mpacho wa ofre ye katie. Obetumi afre na wonso. What do question about? Yeda so ewa ha ye nko we talking about we can about genuine and subsisting relationship utumi nya evidence e de ko kire home office say oh yeah application no asem ne odo for wa ma so pacho me yento kama good morning pacho free cause so etio.
Yeah, good morning. Pacho Michiamu na Manye Ten wo fanti we anopa we de chale tu chama.
Oh medasi.
Tu chama na me so wenhia oni BWF Solicitors na me shama ne de mo yama community.
Amen.
Pacho me was two in one question. First one here me nipa bi the owari Eunice. Na as a marriage ne break beyond repairs.
Okay.
You know. Also, I need to be 3.5 years now. That's why I divorced. It's okay. So who say? So no, a year respondent now. Or your divorce ni we are with me a retaining the right and two the settlement no. I can be 1.5 years. As I we nya certain status into no so your divorce we are. Does it mean say so update settlement for so say ebia now no or your divorce and I saw trainer 5 years in NDV and son or pre-status and son or inform you.
Yo, we utati I will say you do aka ho asem that but lawyers ma me did say what ye nua be me ni tun one question wa we visa no pacho eden no betumi aye afam.
Oh, actually 2 in 3 because first one, second one A and B. Into first answer to the first question yes. Answer to second question part A no. Answer to second question part B yes.
Pacho what you said
And the way our approaching on my confused the first
oh, wow, we some question no one kai. Okay, well first question is which my retention answer is yes. Second one is to me eja na ware no. Answer so the first one is to me so aware no ayebesa. Na aware no ayebesa we to me ja aware. Na oja aware no wi a ne ho enkyere no. Anasa so train kwesi 5 years ansa na wakoye na esese obeye. Anasa onko kan kyere won. They can say one obetuma your retention to obetuma eja aware ende ya asaware no asaya obetuma eja aware but na UK for 1 year aware for 1 year more than that to cry to obetuma eja aware ende ya me no kese ya oja aware na ba affect the papers na no onko kan kyere fikasi mu force we eja aware na no after 5 years for aware no obetuma akwaje settle status na yes
but I feel what you say you that's it I know share program na my why
my share beginning and I say
yo yes that's it
okay bye
yo yeguso ewa ha unso betumi afre now the question aba na so betumi ja message ewo Facebook ne so na YouTube ne so eno so ye be kan e de amount na lawyer Asmah ehia no pa e de amount and the woman is a last my can't worry asem dear na obi the question be abeshia me na and the say me man mwaye and me did so tie me say school migrants here bay school workers here bay omo ye edwuma omo ye no o say ye man ye di kama ne 3 years na oba first year no wan shada amfa ni we ni current employer na anshada anya echire ansana into now we did some months be but sesi a oni ye edwuma 2 years mo kono obi sa say opeso o switch na o switch a na okonya another company na sa company ni ma no for 5 years and 3 years near wedi kan ye woni employer no ho na obetumi de aka ho akọ foforo na wenya no anase foforo no se oni foforo no yes 5 years na ansa na akọje ne indefinite na affect no so first year na wentumi ni sponsor employer no anye adwuma no ebetumi affect na mpacho obisa we bebre gu me so enti no la so obetumi amaye moye kakra ansa na mpakwa wa free mebisa the question na
Yo, Emrata says, what's my skilled worker program so for 5 years, sir? The 6th year, no, which me application, a man ye. The bit to say 6th year, by the 5th year, no, now, with the current employer, because you came, you switched, but there's transfer of employer, and that's a switch of employer, a man ye. My question is, sir, who be prove, sir, what's not skilled worker so for 5 years, sir? You have to start from the beginning to this point. How do you prove say you 5 years? That is work for you to do. So if you can't prove it, then you have to wait till this current one is up to 5 years.
Okay. Yo. Enti na sa ni first year na wanye adwuma no entumi affect na definitely be affect no because untumi count eno into your 5 years. So it's like you have to wait extra 1 year if you are still with the current company no to get your 5 years. In fact, say make sense.
Well, so untumi improve it there. Or so decide so be train and so obe kwako try sir. What's the point?
You order for one my son patcha yetio kasa free.
Because it's free no something.
You patcho bisa question ni uncle. Why? Say bibia boko hodi.
You make nyanko pandum some
Sa.
Yeah. My question related to the last person of Bekasai our retirement retention.
Okay.
I'm a bit confused, so I want lawyer to throw more light on this for me.
Okay.
My understanding from the lawyer kind and it says in case our renegu now more divorce certificate just our renegu for whatever reasons. Now obano waha.
Yeah.
If the lawyer can say Sawarena obi omukra divorce certificate. They don't need to notify the Home Office or to secure retention of residence until say 5 years. Now I walk with that divorce from the very year now matnaha Sawarena Guyan. When he had retention or the person doesn't need to notify Home Office.
Say one tear see answer, but one tear see you. Depending on the question the person asks.
I'm here confused.
Okay, say obetumi aye ni retention, yes, and only yes kese no. Obetumi aye ni retention. Until Asmah, say yem papi.
Okay, let me clarify for him. Hello, sir. Okay. And Naomi said, the first hour doesn't mean go for application to retain now. Retention becomes necessary when you have done your 5 years or you have been married for 5 years and you are up to the point of doing your settled status application. Yet there's no sponsor. We call it supervening event.
Okay.
So event na our regina na abano. Na akobani say ama akwenya na nka wo no eni ho biem. But is it your fault? No. Because it's your fault, it is considered say well right, will be retained. But the fact say our no egu ene now 5 years no enso ye no. And then say egu nti for your application. You wait. When the 5 years is up, you go for application to retain your right. question is says, and that should I tell the Secretary of State? And I said, Home Office. And maybe I knew what I said, compulsory, no, because a bit more say, I don't know, I have a but you may come back again. Or so you have a choice. You can tell them, but there's nothing to push you to tell them if you decide not to tell them too. Until Tinamika said, to tell them no, and you're compulsory. But to retain, yes, the law allows you. When do you make an application to retain? When your 5 years is up for you to renew or retain, to apply for settled status, then you go for retention because you don't have a sponsor. But when you are making that application, that is where you declare that your relationship is no more because you are divorced. And by operation of divorce, you retain your rights.
Okay. Lawyer, maybe just a follow up. 85 say any nipa ware 1 year e wo krom ha wadi 1 year e wo krom ha or rise wo timi ja ware no wajaya ware no because of avia the city say 5 years no so say nka omo relationship wanka 5 years no or they call it permanent residence.
Yes.
In this case now, so on notify home office our say 5 years in this one or quite a permanent residence and also or quite retain for another years before the person get the permanent residence.
That is the whole conversation. That is what retention is all about. So you were able to, you can prove of the first year now so from marriage to the point up to the point that divorce by you have to prove that say now after divorce you can't prove it because any business say or then you don't have any evidence to prove. And that's why because of that difficulty, we are saying that you can apply on your own and say there was divorce and so there's no sponsor.
I think, your confusion lies where the application retention of rights, any indefinite, and why you're confused,
Exactly. Why am I confused?
Indefinite, you have to retain your right first. Say, me die no. Sa emri nanso no moma me ho kwan because menini ni ho bi ono nka sponsor me ba menini ni ho bi nanso nyo ade a kire se menini ni ho bi ne say ye ja aware because of so and so and lawyer Asmah nya sa na tie
so na woman say as a one way join say wo bedi so one no say wo bedi nko ade a wo bedi mana ye
sa
that's the retention analogy.
Okay.
So where na gu nko ade a wo right no is retained.
Okay.
So you retain nko ade a you can apply whenever you are ready to apply. Into retention no yes say bibia ya hwehwe say ko retain no. The first hour in gu no we were right before our in gu that right is retained. Into divorce certificate will replace the marriage certificate. Into sanka man aware no wo a nka we use marriage certificate to prove relationship ebo a. Yes. But aware ni wo dia we use divorce certificate to prove relationship ana e ho. And because of that your right must continue, and so now that you are ready to make an application, you can do the application without telling or without a question say obani ni ho, so why are you making an application? No. Into the moment says a retention and yet be say say retention application no. We are not that application no. Application now we need sponsor no. We use to death certificate or divorce certificate your friend no application to retain rights. But you can't do it until your time is up for the main application itself.
But I've heard so what I say.
A concept.
Yeah.
But that concept applies when you are making an application without a sponsor.
That's it. I think it's the process and the concept of it. Lawyers, man. You better say, "Na menia annual honanka." on for the summary of today's program no mbema yentietietiatia near friend to ga enti miniaba and so and patro so I'll invite you to come and give us the summary of today's program. And whilst I'm waiting for me, Sambo Munkai and say, hi, BWF Solicitors Legal Hour. Me did say, baby, Biara, or watch your program no. I'm and crofon so aso ate. Sa genuine relationship ya ye di hun komo yi. Nkrofo bebre e wo sa ate bi animo. Obi bebre na ya cheche mu a. Even there are more to say, but emre nti na ye try sutia wa ba bebre things a obetumi nwa obetumi aya obetumi di approve genuinely say ampa moti na moda so mo ma worry ana mo ye partners na moda so nso den eti any subsistent na eka ho no nti no say opese utie program ni bioma you can always go to YouTube online now wasa etie from beginning senior lawyer Asmah chechire mo in the classroom with the slides na odi begu ho nyina no obehu na afede watu hu anamo na saa nso na odi kan ebe kan about ye can say registration ye visa seminar patro koso pa na from now up to December no esua sesia August money away ube wana December ba mama ment na ho na enye too late na afede be ye lawyers nsem na also kotua lawyer time na onyema this is the time BWF Solicitors they are to us say omo omre e de mamo eno a book appointment untumi ya just call the office line na book appointment na be home say wo mentumi nye ntimi mboa mo I think they have a special services wo ho o metumi aboa wo na wetumi ayesa de they are there for the community ntimi ma yen share no so so lawyer Asmah mesa atwa ma if you can give me the summary of today's program in English version in senior bit media our neighboring countries for no so benefit.
Thank you very much. Viewers and listeners, today we looked at genuine and subsisting relationship within the UK immigration rules and what to have to show that. Within the rules, we are looking at Gen 1.2, paragraph 6.2 of the immigration rules. We also looked at appendix relationship, which talks about the various things that you need to prove. 1, you must be over 18 or over. 2, the person should not be a close family, should not be a family member or close relation. 3rd, if it is marriage, the marriage should be valid in your country so that it can be accepted by the UK. Every country has its own validity rules, and therefore check with your country. We looked at Ghana as a context and said that in Ghana, custom marriages are allowed. And so you can register after that. And the registration date will be different from the marriage date. We also said that there must be corroborative evidence from the court, from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, from the court in terms of statutory declaration and the judicial service letter. All this will go to support the fact that the marriage went through the process as required in the country, and therefore it is valid. The next thing is, how do you prove that you met in person? And we said that you have to show that you met in person. If you are both living in the UK, it's obvious that you might have met in person in the UK. If one is living abroad, you have to show that on an occasion you traveled to the place and you met the person, or the person traveled to the UK and you met, and later you decided to get into a relationship, and on and on. Once you've done all that, the next thing is the fact that the relationship is subsisting. The law says that if you are not married or you are not in a civil partnership, you have to show durable relationship, which means you must be in a relationship for 2 years. It doesn't matter whether you've been living together or not. So how do you prove it? 1, you've been having meetings together, you've been going on holidays together, you've been booking flights together, so all those booking documents, holiday bookings in your names or under your names, flight bookings under your names, and so on and so forth. Even if you don't have, you haven't regularized your stay in the UK, you can take flight from, for example, London to Manchester, from London to Luton. You can travel by air. You don't need to show your visa, so you can travel, and therefore you can have flight ticket under your joint names. You can book hotels or Airbnb and so on and so forth where you met to spend time. You can have that to show that indeed you are living your life as though you are married. You have life insurance together under your names, where one is a beneficiary and one is the policy holder, or even a joint life insurance policy. That is also acceptable. You have, if you ever lived together, you have letters to show that, for example, you live together at a point, or you are even living together, and so on and so forth. You have pictures to show that you go to places together, and you have family photos on different occasions doing different things. I mean, it doesn't have to be in your naked form, because it doesn't make sense to be naked to take a picture. And therefore, you don't have to be forced to say that I want to prove a point by showing this evidence of the photo. All you have to show is that the two of you living your life together, church, mosque, occasions, birthdays, funerals, parties, going to the park, picnics, the beach, all these various activities or venues were showing that indeed you are living your life together, will confirm that you are in a subsisting relationship. So we have given you some of these things to support your preparation. Obviously, if you are doing an application, you will go through the criteria again, or you speak to a lawyer where you have to test the evidence you have, and if it is not enough, you can know what to add to make your case stronger. The reason is that once you are able to add this critical evidence to your application, if the caseworker says no or refuses your application, you can go to court and prove your case in court and win your case before the judge. So this is what we have covered today. Thank you.
Lawyer Asmah, yenso yedasi ye papa viewers and listeners. I think we've come to the end of today's program. Nami did say onsa akan with the the community and the law will come on. And I believe the topic that they have there will benefit you a lot. Make sure you make a date with us at 4 to 6 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday, at the your friend is saying yes, our YouTube channel, our BWF Radio, and then BWF Solicitor, our website, and our Facebook pages. You can get us all there. Yo, I feel yeah, the Jumediano Abba yeah, I'm saying a few questions, but no call, so we might not able to answer. While I was sending voice note to myself, Fachemi, it came in a bit late. Into Nyamia Adoma or me transfer, and I say Nyamia Adoma next week. I'll play your message for us to answer for you. If you're BWF Solicitors, we'll share our screen as here. Go to 4th floor Anna House, 214 to 218 Tottenham High Road. So it was 7 Sisters Abontin. So now I be out driving out per postcode now N154NP. N154NP. Bomodia na baby or baby emergency contact. You can call this number 077 61884. Message so your emergency contact. I just say baby away do no or say lawyer bim and I just say we nan painting ho 077 1276 1884. Bomodia na fre in times of emergency. I feel so per office number no now wait me there call 0208 493-7340. Will be to me afraid. Talking of the emergency number, Miss Ramon, Sisi home office in Brepa, they've been visiting car wash bays, they've been visiting saloons, they've been visiting mechanical bay, Ghanaian market, and I say local our delicacy markets now, local Nigerian markets, Meka market, shop, they've been visiting vintage places out. Mbia sebio se uhun twa umfront mapa na onin krata places that the likeliness obey adwuma what they've been visiting these areas and say so ho na ohun so ho na unkita therefore ibia. Make sure say every time you are there no say we are alert because omo start gidigidi omo ko enti say ukita sa emergency na me so na yembia bibi say na yeso mu a you can be na unkrata order then be na at the moment no last week we came to talk about few things I will be to me aye but the moment no say be aye fro na unhu ne wonya wo ho a eno ano afre lawyers no ometumi etwetwa gye amra ho na ansana ye hwe echire asem is very 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 important. This emergency number very important. Fasha wo ho in case na bibi to wo kwan so a obetumi use na lastly so no you can say protest na so no mo me hwe ye hu yi mo hwe hu just in nansa mo pra ebibini bi ewo area hanti mo me hwe ye hu yi mo me hwe ye hu yi na take off the plugs from your ears so that you be alert wherever you are and then be aware of your environment. It's number one key. Just be aware of your environment. Na wait to me akọ wenim. Ya beda mo nyina si aha ye BWF Solicitors legal hours so na mo hwe me a mo hwe me deni eno ani Naa Manye Ten. Beda mo nyina si. Lawyer Asmah, bibi a od be jai ansa na sorry akwa na se mreni ntino. Yen say just bye to our loyal listeners and viewers na yam compato adaroma.
Sure. Viewers and listeners, we are once again grateful to you for your patronage, for helping us through this and for being with us. Without you, this engagement will not be complete. So thank you for your time and commitment. But please, let's continue to share the message to friends and family that the policy to arrest and deport is started and ongoing. So please, do something. What can you do? The law allows people who have not lived in the UK for 20 years to still apply if they have exceptionally serious issues. That will mean that if they are deported, their lives will be hanging in a balance, or they are even going to lose their lives. If you have that evidence or you have that situation, put in an application under private life, exceptional circumstance, or insurmountable obstacle under paragraph PL 5.1b of the Immigration Rules Appendix Private Life. If you do that, application will be considered. Or you may apply under discretionary provisions using FLR HRO if you meet the requirement. Your application will be considered, and that will give you time to consider your other options, whether to move to family life if the private life is not sufficient to obtain the leave you need. But you must do something. Speak to a lawyer, let the lawyer guide you so that you're able to organize yourself while the application is pending. A stitch in time saves 9.
Thank you very much, Lawyer Charles Asmah. Lawyer Charles Asmah, ni contact Edbetu Honombo, Modiana Freno. The program I ye, uhia question be went to me and Freya. Just call him on 079-4763-6037. I repeat 079-4763-6037. Call him, book an appointment with him, and I believe, said definitely, Ubenya Mwaye Pa. Lawyer Asmah, Miss Bedawasi, ye tunsa fro, ultimate by. Thank you for this education and have a lovely weekend. Hope to see you soon. Bye bye.
Thank you and bye.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specializing in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specializing in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.